I'm a singer, right? I was asked, after I came back to Japan, to translate a whole genre of Japanese music, which is called Japanese Dou-yoh music. This music was created in the 1920s, the 1930s, actually. And it was a genre of music purposely created to be used in music education in the Japanese schools, because they didn't have songs in Japan. They didn't have the really good songs to be used in music education in Japan at the time. So they purposely created this genre called Dou-yoh music. And someone asked me many, many years ago, would I translate 10 of the songs? Because I also wrote songs, and I wrote, in Japan you can do anything, so I put songwriter on my business card, which I was, but I never pursued it in LA, or in America you really have to live in LA or Nashville, or maybe New York to do songwriting. So I translated 10 of these traditional Japanese Dou-yoh songs. This was in the early 90s when I came back. And the producer who asked me to translate them was just blown away. It's like, actually, after I translated them and sang 10 of them, recorded 10 of them, he said, "You just found the reason you moved to Japan. This is the reason you're here." And at the time, I thought it was just a gig, but it really turned out to be very true. So now I've translated and written English words for 100 of those songs. They're on iTunes.
You've done 100?
Yeah, at least over 100. And then they're amazing songs, and they're beautiful in English. They're just as beautiful in English.
Are you singing all of these songs?
Yeah, so in the 90s...
No, I'm saying this is
yeah.
The over 100 songs that you have translated.
Yes.
On iTunes, it's your voice?
Yes. Singing the songs, yeah. They're not all on iTunes, but there's probably at least 35, 40.
Can you find it on YouTube as well? I'm sure you can.
Yeah, YouTube and iTunes, yeah. Wow. So, and I did that really a lot in the 90s. I was really focused, as they call it, a Dou-yoh singer. In those days, we had Tokyo and New York were sister cities. They're not anymore. But so we even had a Dou-yoh concert at Lincoln Center in New York. So that was, and they asked me, of course, because I was the only guy who could speak English. So that was my New York debut. I got to perform my music at Lincoln Center, which was just mind-blowing and really kind of a full circle, because I'd always wanted to do the New York thing. Right. And I finally went there from Japan and performed. Yeah, and it was really cool. We had a sold-out concert because in the 90s, there were about 50,000 Japanese living in New York. So they all wanted to come to this concert and hear this traditional Japanese music. So